So this is our taxable income. Now we need to calculate the net tax that is going to be levied on this particular amount. So how do we do that? So when we try and look at this taxable income and this table that we have, we will notice that if the amount of money you have lies between £1 to £435, therefore the rate that has to be charged will be 2 shillings for every pound. Therefore, in order for us to get the amount of money that is going to be charged for this particular rate, we'll realize that 2024 lies between this range. Okay, so we'll have 435 times this rate, which is 2. Remember, we'll say if £1 is being charged 2 Kenyan shillings. Okay, therefore how about 435? Now when we cross multiply, that is where we realize this sum, 435 times 2. Then we'll also notice that this taxable income still lies within this range, that is 436 to 870. So let us get the difference. What is the range here? That is 870 minus 435. So when you subtract 870 minus 435, you'll realize that this is equivalent to 435. And remember, the amount of money that lies within this range, the rate that is going to be charged on it is 3 shillings for every pound. So we'll take 435 multiplied by 3. Again, now let's check in the third row. So this is row 1, row 2, row 3. Let us check in the third row. Now in the third row, we'll still notice that this taxable income still is lying within this range. It has to go through all these ranges. Now, when we try and look at it, we'll notice that 1305 is still less than the taxable income. Therefore, the rate that has to be charged for any amount of money lying within this range is 4 shillings. Now, what is the amount of money that lies within this range? We'll have to take 1305, then subtract 4, then subtract 870. And therefore, whatever you'll get here will be 435. Okay. Now, when you multiply 435, we'll have to multiply that by the rate that is being charged on it, which is 4 shillings. Again, let's do the same to this other range, because you'll notice that this amount of money is still less than the taxable income there. So we have to go to row number 4, and row number 4, the range there is 1740, subtract what? 1305, and therefore when you get that difference, it will be 435. Multiply that by the rate, and the rate here is 5. Okay, now when you multiply this by the rate, you'll be able to get the amount of money that is being charged for all these ranges. Then let's go to row number 5. We'll notice that if the taxable income exceeds 1740, therefore the rate that has to be charged on it will be 6 shillings for every pound. In a nutshell, we need to get the amount of money that exceeds 1740. And what do? We take 2024, then we less 1740. So how much will exceed 1740 when we are doing what we call calculation of taxes for this amount? You have to take your calculator and key in these figures, 2024 minus 1740, and we'll get the amount here to be equivalent to 284. Then we have to multiply that by the rate of tax here, which is 6. Now you have to take your calculator and key in these calculations. 435 by 2, this will be equivalent to 870. Then key in also these other ones. Now when you key in all these other calculations in your calculator, you'll get for the second row, that is 435 by 3, that will be equivalent to 1305. Then in row 3, 435 by 4, this will be equivalent to 1740. Then row 4 will be equivalent to 2175. And finally the last row will be equivalent to 1704. Now we need to get the sum of all this. This will give us what we call the tax due. This is the amount of tax that is going to be levied on this 2024 Kenyan pounds. And this tax is in months. This is per month. Okay. This will be equivalent to 7,794 shillings for every month. Okay. But remember, the question stated that the employee is entitled to what we call a relief. Okay. It's a tax relief. And I said a relief is an incentive made by the government to lower the amount of tax they levy on you. So in order to get the net tax, we'll have to take the tax due, which is 77.94. Then we have to less the relief, and the relief is 800 shillings for every month. This will be equivalent to what we call the net tax. Okay, 6,994 Kenyan shillings for every month. Okay, now remember, what will the employee take home? How much money will this employee take home? In order to get the amount of money he will take home with him, you'll have to take the total taxable income, then you have to subtract what you call the net tax. That will give you the amount of money the employee takes home. I hope the tutorial was very simple and very easy to follow through. If there is any area you never got to understand very clearly, kindly leave your comment on the section below, and also don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.